Hello, everybody, and welcome back to day two of the Overwatch Apple Cup. My name is Aspire. I am one of your hosts and tournament organizers for this tournament, and I'd like to hang it over to one of my other organizers, Eggdrop.
Hi, my name is Egg, or you can call me Katie, and I'm also one of the organizers of the tournament.
Yeah, as we kick off day two of this tournament, we have six amazing matches lined up in this double elimination format. As you should remember, each team will be going at it in a best of five, with the winner progressing up the ladder, while the loser has another chance to pull it back up in our losers bracket. So, starting off today, we have our first match, Fight Club versus Big Honkers. The winner of that match will face up against the Lava Sharks, and the loser of that match will unfortunately be sent to the losers bracket. I will be putting the bracket up on screen.
And after this game, the Big Honkers will be playing their second game of the day, and that game will depend on the outcome of this game. They will either be against the Boy Girls or the Lava Sharks. And then later on, we will have the second winners bracket game, which will be Pigeon Impact versus United Water Consumers. And then after that, we'll have our first loser bracket game with Apple Winners versus the Noodles. And then, based on the outcome of that game, Sayura will be against the winners of the first loser bracket game. And then, lastly, we'll have Fight Club versus the Boy Girls or the Lava Sharks, again, depending on the conclusion of the game we are about to watch.
Yeah, but without further ado, let's get into our first match: Fight Club versus Big Honkers. So, casters, who are we placing our bets on? Who do you think is going to come out on top? And who do you guys think is going to be the MVP of these teams? I'll hand it over to our casters, Votali and Eggdrop.
Okay, so looking at these teams, we saw how they played yesterday in some. We saw how Honkers at least played yesterday,
Yes.
and they were destructive. A massive 3-0 victory in the first match of this tournament. That in itself, you've got to be confident
Mm-hmm.
coming into day two here. So I'm back in the Honkers in this situation. But at the same time, we've not seen Fight Club play yet. They could be the underdog. They could be even more destructive than Honkers, God forbid.
So, actually, our team, I'm on the Apple Winners team. We actually scrimmed against Fight Club, and I feel like these teams are pretty evenly matched.
Oh, okay
Um,
then.
I um personally think Fight Club will probably take the win on this one, but I think it's a really fair game on who's going to come out on top.
So you're back in Fight Club.
I think so. I think we're on
All right.
opposite sides.
Honkers, don't let me down here, guys. Come on.
But as for like the MVP of both teams, I heard Jen on the Honkers went crazy yesterday
Oh, he
on
did. That
Hanzo.
she did. It was insane. Like, it's by far some of the best Hanzo plays I've seen in a long time.
And then as for Fight Club, I think just personally again from scrims, I really think Overclocked will do a good job.
Definitely, definitely. But I suppose there's only one way to find out, and that's to have a look on the field itself.
Okay.
Please wait while I get confirmation that both teams are ready.
Okay, and as we start off day two of this tournament, we're going to the new map, Samoa. A very interesting map. I've seen some unique plays in my own comp matches here, but definitely one of the more beautiful maps in this game. The Blizzard map
Mm-hmm.
team again just smashing it out of the park.
Yeah, I agree. I think I personally like this map quite a bit actually. I think It has a lot of good hiding spots. I think Hanzo actually does like pretty well on this map. So in terms of big honkers, if Jin decides to run Hanzo, I think she will have a lot of good places to like hide and get picks from Team Fight Club.
Definitely, definitely. And we do see the Hanzo currently in play with Jen picking up the Hanzo. This could be dangerous, but we'll see how things go. Meanwhile, we look over to the other team. Overclocked bringing out the Malga. We saw how destructive Malga was yesterday, resulting in a gentleman's agreement to not play him. So, do you think we'll see that again today?
I personally don't think we will. Not with these two teams. Maybe in some of the later matches today, but with big honkers in Fight Club, I don't believe they will.
Alright, and as we get things going, the first team fight of today's tournament, I see Neon there rocking the London Spitfire skin. Respect for my boys. But not even enough, as Neon is the first one to go down, gets destroyed by a combo of attacks from both Doom and Overclocked there. Teardrop falling not too far behind, and Jen trading with the Ana Cartoon Blaze. It appears Neon's now switched over for the Malga as well. We are going to be getting a Malga 1v1 here.
Oh. I feel like that's like the only way with Malga, unless there is a big difference in skill between the tanks. I feel like the only way they can do Malga is versus another Malga.
I mean, you say that, but when you look at some other heroes in that tank role, characters like Zarya with the bubbles, or even the likes of D.Va with the defense matrix, you counteract his damage output, you counteract his healing.
Yeah.
And the Thunderdome comes out, the first cage fight, and by the looks of it, Neon lost the cage fight. With Mu falling not too far behind. Jen gets antied, T dropping dangerously low there, but just about recovered. Just proving again that these supports are they are on point. They're constantly saving the team. See Jen trying to take some pot shots at Overclocked. Overclocked gets slept. This could be huge, giving them the chance to potentially rotate safely.
Yeah, I'm watching Jin's perspective right now. She's using...
Oh!
Two picks.
Huge double kill there by Jen. Triple finishing off Overclocked. I think that's going to be the switch over.
And Texrin...
Oh, Tex, let it happen. You're staggering yourself. Just let it happen.
Oh, no.
Huge stagger there. Question is, do you engage now? Because Tex with that ult, one of the stronger ults in the game as well, do you wait, or do you just go in and try and see what you can do beforehand? But it looks like they are going to wait though.
Yeah, they do have a lot of time on the clock already. They're at 82, and Big Honkers is currently at about to be 30%.
Exactly, and we engage with the Kitsune Rush, an interesting choice. We know how destructive Kitsune can be, and Mu isn't even going to get the chance to contest that as they get taken down and sent to spawn. Neon following shortly after, as does T. I think, by the looks of it, Fight Club are going to take this objective.
It looks like they are, as a team, focusing one person at a time. Fight Club is.
A strategy that's typically only seen in dive comps, but shifting into a more brawly style. A very interesting combination there.
And there was a swap to Sim on T-Drop.
Yep. And I don't know if they saw. I think they did. And that is going to be map 1. Well, round 1 of map 1.
Score 1-0.
A very strong start there by both teams, but Fight Club just barely getting it through. I can see why you backed Fight Club here, but I do still have faith.
I do too. I think possibly if they were to Big Honkers were to kind of do more of a team comp together, like focus more like Fight Club is, I think that would probably help them a lot right now.
Oh, definitely, definitely. We do see Moo switching over to the
Mercy.
Mercy. I was about to say Angela then.
Yeah, and then T-Drop looks like he's staying on Sim, and it looks like Fight Club is sticking the same composition that they had.
Exactly, but we've seen how dangerous those Sim turrets can be. They're a good distraction tool. And I don't think those distraction tools are going to be necessary, as both Cardiacs come out, Overclocked and Neon shredding into each other, constantly getting healing on both ends, neither one dropping below 50%. And Fight Club get the first pick on the objective here.
Next is Jin. It looks like, so it's 4v4 right now.
Potentially a 4v3 incoming.
Yeah, and it looks like Overclock is just, he's going pretty crazy right now, actually.
And that's the thing with Malga,
pushing them all the way back.
Malga's a weird balance of a snowball hero and like an attrition hero. So realistically, if you don't cancel out his momentum as soon as you get the chance, he will just keep pushing forward.
Yeah.
A great flank though with the Sim TP and the wall coming out though. Both cage fights come out at the exact same time. Both Malgas also antied. Who's gonna win this one? Very close, but Overclock just barely gets it through. It's just a trade back and forth here.
That we just saw, it looks like 5 ults used, 2 on Fight Club and 3 on Big Honkers.
Oh yeah, but look at that though. Neon now switching over to the Sigma. Sigma being one of Malga's biggest counters. Question is, can Neon outpoke the Malga here? A very aggressive play with the shield though. A well-timed rock. And the Dragon Arrow comes out as well. Not getting too much value there, unfortunately.
Jin did pick off Doomsucker, who did just do their ult.
Very true, but
it wasn't enough as they got team wiped basically.
Even with the Mei wall just getting shredded, that's the dangerous thing with Mei in a comp with a character like Malga. It's the same with pairing. It's the same with pairing Malga. Sorry, with pairing Mei with Ryan. And speaking of Mei, the Mei ult comes out, freezes things. Things are getting a bit.
Yeah, and Malga's just able to shred through the frozen, like he just did with Sigma there, just shredded through him as he was frozen by the Mei ult.
Yeah. Seems things are getting a bit chilly here in Samoa, with Malga Overclocked being our play of the game here. No surprise there, Malga's such a strong hero at the moment. I have heard that he might be getting some nerfs very soon though.
Oh gosh, yes, I hope.
And as we prepare for map 2, I believe we will be going to... I'm not sure as of yet. We will find out very shortly.
Can we wait until like the characters?
Initiating match.
Okay. Before we get going on to the next fight of this series, we will be having a slight timeout. One of the teams just needs to get something sorted. I believe it's Honkers, I could be wrong on that. But don't go anywhere, we will be getting started very, very shortly. In the meantime, though, while we wait for things to get going, let's have a look at these teams. We've got some incredible players here, and we've got some incredible players on both sides. We've got some amazing players. Just look at how strong Overclocked was in that previous match, but also keep in mind how strong Gen was yesterday and in the first match of today. Guys, I don't know who to go for here. I think we're gonna need your help here. Like, who we backing?
I'm gonna be honest.
I speak for the people.
Speaking for the people, yeah. I mean, just as a spectator, I think that these teams are very, very, very good. We're having some very good Overwatch coming in right now.
It seems that the chat are really, really backing the Honkers here.
We're seeing no Fight Club love in the chat. Come on, we have to have some Fight Club fans in the chat.
Hello.
And as the timer ticks down, we are ready to get going. Eichenwald, a very, very popular map. One of my favorites from Overwatch 1.
One of my favorites as well.
As a Rhine main, this is my home, so...
Oh yes, I actually hope to see Ryan, but it doesn't look like we're going to be getting that, at least at this moment.
Exactly. A very interesting fight here. Overclocked versus Neon. Malga versus Roadhog.
Yeah, it looks like Overclock's sticking to the Malga.
Oh!
Same comp actually. And
Wait, no!
Team comp.
Neon switched
Oh.
over to Ryan.
Oh, that's exciting.
My boy Reinhardt. All right. Now, let's see how things go as the countdown ends, and off we go. Reinhardt rocking the London Spitfire skin. A clear London Spitfire fan. We love to see it. The first fight of this match. Here we
Overclock
go.
is currently slept.
Oh, beautiful combination. Using the Mei wall to their advantage. Great play there by Neon. Just the map knowledge really showing there. But Mauga has the high ground, as does the Kiriko. That's a lot of damage. They're just pushing Neon back. What would you do here? Because you need to try and get rid of Mauga. You need to get them off the high ground, but they just shred through the Sim TP before they even get the chance.
It seems
Oh,
what
but
they
never
would-
mind.
Oh,
Sim TP comes out. Beautiful teleport.
yeah, getting
But is it
overclocked off that,
enough?
getting him off that high ground.
The Sim TP just not enough, though. A beautiful play, but unfortunately the anti-heal came out and just shut them down before they could even get anything done. A huge attempt there by Neon and T, but just not enough. And again, Mauga back to that high ground, just applying so much pressure. The CP comes out again. Same strategy, but will it work this time? I don't know if it will. Both Jen and Neon and Moo all there trying to do what they can, but Neon gets taken down by Tex. The tank is dead. The tank is dead. They need to back out. And then I'm going to get a chance as T gets sent back to spawn, as does Moo. Jen falling pretty low, but I think just about escapes by the skin of their teeth.
And it looks like that Overclock's going to be taking that high ground again, along with the Kiriko and I think the Ana? Well, oh no, Doomsucker, Sojourn.
Exactly, yeah. But I think this time they said, you know what, we're going to take the fight to you. Switching over to the Diva now, trying to charge in and just shove him off. But the constant healing and the cage fight comes out, as does... Okay, all the ults coming out, apparently.
Yes.
You don't want to fight, you do not want to fight a nanoed Mauga. That is probably one of the scariest things I've ever seen in this game. And they don't care. They still push in and go for it.
First, Mew just got picked off. Next T. Followed by
And
Jen.
this might be a lost fight here, but you need to think what ults were spent in that fight. As we approach a minute left on the clock, look at the ult charges. Ana with only 37% on Nano, and we've just spent the Kitsune Rush as well, and we now have no cage fight. But then if you look on the other side, you look at Honkers' side, they have no ults. Maybe they could get a
Divas.
They could get a Diva nuke in
Bomb.
this fight,
But they'll have to. It looks like they will be getting it.
This
But they
could be
really
the
need a
opening
push
they need.
point.
Neon going all the way in, potentially going for the nuke here. The nuke comes out. Is it enough? Nobody home and gets shut down. I don't think they can touch here. I think it'd be suicide if they went for it. But Moo goes for the res and gets sledged. No
Right out
res.
the res.
The railgun just there to apply pressure, making sure no one gets close. I think that's going to be all she wrote for this fight. As we approach the last 10 seconds of this fight, can they touch? Can Diva charge in? The Nano comes out one last time, and I think that's going to be it. No! Diva gets the touch potential. Just
wasn't-
shy of
just shy
getting
of
the
it.
touch.
That really unfortunate.
To 0. Switching sides.
It was literally just a sliver. I thought she was on it personally.
Oh yeah, you and me both. I saw Neon make it, and as they landed to the floor, the circle just disappeared. Must have been even like a smidge of a second too late there, unfortunately. But Egg, looking into this fight, potentially now going 2-0 against the Fight Club. If your name is Big Honkers, what do you do here?
Personally, I would just the Mauga. I would probably try to run Malga again. But I'm not sure. It looks like that is Neon. What is Neon doing? What Neon is doing, as well as possibly a Bastion. But I just from personal experience, it can be really hit or miss. And I would also definitely run Ana, as I feel like Honor is a really good counter against Malga. And
Exactly. That
that is what Fight
anti-heal is
Club.
so strong.
Yes, and Fight Club is currently running Ana.
In
But
a comp like this, it's really like it's in a way like a game of chess, like who counters who. Because Ana counters the Malga, but the Kiriko counters the Ana, so
I could see what T-Drop is possibly trying to do with the Junkrat. Is possibly trying to get the Ana and possibly the Kiriko. Trying to just
exactly,
get
but
that
they just
spam out
charge
there.
in full send. So much damage from the Malga here. Moo trying to go for the res, gets the res off. Overclock just not fast enough to counteract that res. I think they're going to be held back here, potentially. An incredible start by Fight Club, but the counters just came out.
It looks like that Big Honkers is able to defend pretty well here. But Sojourn just got the pick off of T-Drop and Jin.
Yeah, but Overclock has that cardiac up and ready and just burns through Mui there. And Neon, I think that's gonna be it. An incredible fight there by both teams as we approach a potential three-piece sweep for the first time of today. Going into our final map here, going to Escort, I believe. Oh no, Hybrid, my bad. No, this was Hybrid. Escort. A beautiful anti-heal there by Cartoon Blaze. Just not enough as we go to our final map of this series, potentially.
What map, Paul, do you they should possibly go for on Escort? Because I believe yesterday we saw a lot of King's Row.
Exactly, yeah, I mean, King's Row is such a popular map that...
Oh, actually, King's Row is hybrid.
I was about to say,
Escort.
yeah. So as far as Escort goes, I'm impartial to Junkertown. It's one of those maps that I think is either a really easy sweep or an incredibly difficult map on both sides. I feel like it's a very defense-heavy map, which could favor T's team a lot more, in my opinion. But I'm not sure. I feel like Junkertown is the way to go, but there are also so many other maps that are just as strong. It depends on obviously what maps they've practiced on as well. Like, are they going to go for a comfort pick, or are they going to go for something that we've not seen before?
Yeah, I feel Junkertown actually would be a good pick for the Honkers, as they have Jin on Hanzo, and it's a very sniper friendly map. At least the first point is. So I feel they could probably hold that first point pretty well, especially if T-Drop follows with a Widow.
Oh, definitely, definitely. But then if you're Fight Club, what map would you want to see picked? Because we know, like, I mean, you know how destructive Fight Club is, and I'm learning that now. As they do decide to actually sub in a new player, so we'll see how that goes for them in this next fight. But yeah, Egg, you've seen how they play, you've scrimmed against them. What Escort map do you think is their go-to here?
For Fight Club, I would think they would probably want Gibraltar. Actually, Watchpoint Gibraltar is probably what they would want to do. They did run dive a few times, I believe, whenever we scrimmed them. And I feel like Gibraltar and I feel like Gibraltar would be good on that. But I'm not sure what they plan on doing today, as they've been running Malga
Exactly. I mean, Watchpoint Gibraltar is a very interesting map because as soon as you, especially with that point one, you get
Mm-hmm.
past the bridge at the very start of point one, and for the most part, it's smooth sailing after that point. But it's also very easy to get
Oh
pincered
yeah,
there. I've noticed with some teams.
definitely. I would say between that second point, when you're inside with the plane,
Oh, the hangar,
um,
definitely.
yeah, it can get especially if you're dive. I feel like it's because it's such close quarters. Um, but I don't know. I feel since scrims, Fight Club has changed a lot based on how they performed in the scrims. It was definitely a learning experience for all of the teams that took place in it. For my team and Fight Club and the two other teams as well that were there.
Yeah, definitely. I do believe we will be getting going very shortly. And it appears that we are going to, what you guessed, Watch Point Gibraltar. Watch Point Gibraltar, a very popular map. We've seen a few teams picking this one so far. It's interesting how so many teams keep picking the same maps. Is it a comfort pick, or is it just that these maps are easier or harder? What do you think, Egg?
The picks, like what picks they should pick for Watch Point on each team.
I was saying, like, what do you think in terms of how the same maps keep popping up over and over?
I
Ready
think
for battle.
just from personally playing, I would believe
I still think that
I
final blow from
it looks like just same, like kind of the same hero picks, kind of the combinations. This is similar as we're seeing on Big Honkers. This is similar to in my match yesterday with Pigeon Impact. This is similar to their comp, and then on the other side is more similar to our composition. So it's almost, it reminds me a lot of my game on Watch Point yesterday.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. But an interesting choice, though. Going with the Diva and the Diva, a typically dive hero,
Mm-hmm.
but then a very brawly support in Brigitte.
Yes, I Brig is actually kind of a odd choice considering the Genji and the Sombra. But I believe they're gonna probably play a more brawl-like diva instead of a dive, but have kind of that flexibility with diving as her.
Oh, definitely. And Overclocked gets the first pick of the match on T-Drop. A huge pick, considering you know how dangerous Genji can be in the right hands. Jen falling not too far behind, as does Mish. I think that's going to be a reset for the Big Honkers here. Neon getting bullied in that undersection there as well. Falling, as does Mu. I think...
I do
If you're
want
Big...
to. Oh, I'm
Sorry,
so
go on.
sorry. I was going to say I do want to mention, we there could also be a possible latency issue between the teams, as the Big Honkers are primarily European.
Very true. Again, before the team fight even gets going, Neon gets taken down. If you're the Big Honkers here, is it worth even trying to fight this? T having to use Ice Block there to survive. Getting a lot of support there from Mui though. But again, Overclocked just camping, just waiting, stalking their prey. Finally going in for the engage. Getting a bit of damage out, but a great contest as well, but cut off thereby with a May wall. As Neon jumps up to engage. Followed in by Mui, and Jen not too far behind. But Overclock saying, screw that, and they go in to destroy Jen. Jen dropping dangerously low health there as well. As both Tex and Cartoon Blades get taken down. This could be the fight they needed. As the Brigitte ult comes out. And so does the May.
It looks like Big Honkers are finally kind of catching some traction with their composition build on this map versus the previous two.
Oh, definitely. As the nuke comes out, do they get any value from it? No, they don't. And if they can touch just in time, they know they don't. Overclock just not fast enough. So they get .1. If you're overclocked, you must be gutted there. So close to the payload, but just not able to remech fast enough. As we go into .2, the hangar. Overclock switching over to the Winston now. Very interesting. We now have a Winston mirror match. Looking forward to see how this plays out. But Egg, you said earlier about this hangar being such a strong and dangerous point here. How do you think they're going to tackle this?
I think they should probably take a more of a high ground, but it's just with pushing the payload, the Honkers should take high ground. But with, you know, pushing that payload, they will have to have someone down there.
Exactly, but oh, Cartoon pulls out the Dragon Blade, countering Mish's Kitsune Rush. Mui has to use the res on Mish. That's, again, a massive ability there being used. Jen finishing off Tex, and Neon finishing off Overclock, and then Doomsucker going down as well. This is the snowball they needed. As they bring it into .2.
We did watch
4 minutes
Jen,
15 on the clock.
Yeah, I actually did not expect them to get through that second point as quickly as they did just now. That was very great ult management. I'm very impressed.
Oh, definitely. As we go into, with how things are going, potentially the final fight of this match. Both T and Neon with ults. Neon dropping quite low there, popping a primal rage for safety by the looks of it. Just trying to bully their backline if they can, escape if possible. Dropping pretty low, just about getting out, using the bubble there as a safety net. Jen and T playing very aggressive, very far forward, trying to poke out what they can. Doom dropping dangerously low there from Fight Club, as both Winstons battle out on the bridge but drop down. And there goes Mui and T-Drop. The aggression here from Overclock, just enabling the rest of the team to jump in and just fight and shove their way back.
Overclock is definitely, he's very great in terms of making space for his team.
Oh, definitely a menace on the tank role. As unfortunately, by the looks of that Overclocked gets sent down off the high ground.
With the pick on Jin with his pulse.
Exactly, yeah, a huge pulse bomb play there. And with a character like Tracer, the pulse bomb is on such a short cooldown. If you can get those tags, it's so destructive.
And we see a lot of Textron kind of going in and out, just building up that pulse charge.
Exactly,
like
just bullying the backline, poking them out.
Probably relying on pulse to get big picks here at this last point to stop them from capping.
Exactly, but in a situation like this, especially with these teams, both supports are such a strong pick to go for, as both Mish takes out... it's going too fast. Mish takes out Brig, and Cartoon Blaze getting a huge double kill on both enemy supports. Overclock getting traded by Neon there. The Primal Rage comes out, trying to bully what they can, but the Dragon Arrow releases and gets the kill on Cartoon Blaze, sending his brother Genji back to spawn. This last fight is all over the place. Very chaotic, but by the looks of it, I think potentially Fight Club have won that fight.
I believe so too.
No rest for the wicked though, as they go straight back into another one.
Yan just dove and they were able to get 2 picks along with Mish getting a pick as well.
Utilizing that bubble to cut off the healing as well. Brilliantly done there by the big Honkers as Overclock charges in for one last attempt. Neon gets slipped but immediately woken up. Bubble comes out. Huge pick by Texterin with the pulse bomb and the freeze taking down Doom. I think this is going to be it potentially. The res comes out, Mish gets back up. Is this going to be it? 51 seconds on the clock. They get pushed back to spawn.
Oh,
you have probably one or 2 more attempts here.
I think that pick on Neon definitely lost them that fight from full capping. whenever he went
Definitely.
after, I believe, the Brig.
That's the issue with the tank. You've got to make space, but you also need to balance that level of aggression.
Prioritize.
As
For
we
sure.
now have T on the farm. Mercy just taking down Brig. That's a huge pick. Soda being sent to spawn.
Yeah,
And
he.
so does the Genji as well. This could be the chance they needed, but Neon gets left on high ground. No, but he gets the touch. But Overclock shoves him away. This could be all she wrote as T gets, as T takes down Doom. Neon takes down Soda. The dragon comes out. Is it enough? Desperately trying to hold that objective as best they can. The Genji blade comes out but gets no value. T taking him down. Just a back and forth of trades. Overclock taking down Jen. Neon taking down Textron. This could be the final fight as both Coalescence and the Nano come out on both sides.
Great
The
ult.
Mercy comes out as well, just desperately trying to get there in time. Bastion's now coming out. Cartoon Blaze trying to burst down Neon. Neon taking the full brunt of that pulse bomb, but surviving it like it's nothing. We sit here in overtime, desperately going back and forth. Soda using that charge, trying to get any value, but gets taken down by T again.
I think that
both-
Bastion switch by Cartoon Blaze is a good idea. It's just he's not able to stay sustained by
that's gonna
the
be
supports they
it.
have.
No one can touch, and that's going to be it. A beautiful full send there by Big Honkers. Incredibly well done there. But in the overtime. So now you have to ask, if we're going to see another full three-piece cap here, potentially by Fight Club, do you think Fight Club are going to do it quicker? Do you think they're going to hold till overtime?
That I actually have no idea. I genuinely thought Honkers would have capped before overtime, but Fight Club did struggle a lot more than I thought they would. So I personally think it's almost up in there a little bit for me. But if I really have to decide on one, I do think Fight Club will probably cap before overtime.
Well, I suppose we'll have to wait and see. With the team comps setting pretty similar as they were before. This time, though, Cartoon Blaze bringing out the Echo, a very interesting pick. We don't see Echo very much in these matches so far. But T bringing out the Reaper. Reaper is so strong against a character like Winston being such a huge target.
Yeah,
So this could be interesting.
I definitely am surprised Reaper wasn't picked at all last round.
And as the match gets underway, by the looks of it, Honkers are going to be playing relatively passive here. T going in for a flank, dropping quite low there, as does Mui. Mui gets taken down, the first pick by Cartoon Blaze. T very dangerously close, and T follows. By the looks of it, this is going to be a first fight in favor of the Fight Club. You know what they say about Fight Club? First rule of Fight Club, is not talk about Fight Club, but we're going to have to because they are destroying the Honkers here.
Overclocked is making a ton of space right now.
Making light work of the enemy team as well. As T tries to do some damage, but has to wraith out of there. Using very powerful ability. Kind of, I wouldn't say wasting it there, but not getting as much value as he probably would have wanted. As Neon's bubble immediately gets shredded, just destroyed. Both Jen and Neon dangerously low health there. Jen being taken down by the Echo Beam. I think that could be all for this fight. Do they keep trying or do they disengage? Never mind. Mui gets taken down by Soda, trading with Cartoon Blaze. The Pulse Bomb comes out, but gets no value. As T getting very close to ult here, as does Neon, 91 and 99 respectively. A huge headshot kill there on Overclocked, giving T just enough energy to get to the Death Blossom. We know how dangerous a Death Blossom is if timed correctly. Can T get the value that he's looking for with this Death Blossom? As Overclock dives in, goes for the fight on the high ground. And immediately, the big honkers give up the high ground. T being left on his own here. Mui having to use the Valkyrie and getting no value out of it. Kitsune Rush comes out, desperately trying to do anything, trying to give their team as much support as they can. But by the looks of it, they're being pushed back. T goes for the Death Blossom, but gets little value, only getting Soda because they timed the teleport in wrong. T finishing off Cartoon Blaze, both a support and a DPS being taken down. Tex and Doom also being sent back to spawn.
They are definitely they did Honkers did invest quite a bit of ults to keep that point there.
Exactly. But look at the timer, 1 minute 13 left on the clock.
I would
I was
say
expecting... Sorry, go on.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I was going to say in terms of ult management, I do think them using them there may have been a smart decision.
Definitely.
But with only a minute left, I feel they really will need to dive in and get on point.
Exactly. And as we approach the final few moments of this fight, Neon getting antied there, but saved by the bubble. A very, very exciting second match of this series. Now, if you look at, though, 30 seconds left on the clock, both Tex and Doom here have ults. This could be an interesting play. We could see the Pulse Bomb come out, and if we get a huge pick, potentially that could be the game changer as the nanoed Winston comes out, using those bubbles to just do anything. T getting sent home, as does Jen. Mui following shortly after.
Wow.
Mish as well, potentially dropping dangerously low and finally gets sent down by Blaze, and finding Tex with a beautiful stuck pulse bomb there by Neon. The team kill comes out and OT is activated. I believe they probably won't be able to touch here. They're going to let them take point 1 as we move in to objective 2. 2 minutes 20 on the clock.
It looks like my prediction of Fight Club being able to cap all 3 before overtime is wrong. It looks like it will be a little tougher for them on attack than it was on defense.
Oh, definitely. As Neon just goes full, not Neon, sorry, Overclock even goes full send with a Primal Rage, dropping pretty low there, getting sent home. I saw Winston corpse go flying across my screen. Jen gets slept. And
This
I believe
T-Drops
that was some...
Reaper is getting a lot, what's the word I'm trying to think of?
Value?
A lot of value, thank you, is getting a lot of value right now.
I did notice, though, there when Jen was slapped, the voice line spam as well. A bit of BM potentially. As we see Neon on the high ground. Overclock switching over to the Sigma. An interesting choice. Just definitely trying to cut off T from getting any value. The Kitsune Rush comes out. Can they get any value from it? The Coalescence comes out, as does the Death Blossom. Neon slept. The Duplication comes out, going for the Winston, but getting nothing out of it. Neon gets taken down, as does Tex. Overclocked getting stuck there by the Cassidy grenade, but pretty much nothing comes of it as they just keep pushing forward. The Rock taking down Jen, and Mui almost, there we go, being taken down by Cartoon Blaze as T switches over to the Soldier. Immediately going in, trying to just poke out. Can they do it? 45 seconds left on the clock. I think they have maybe one last chance to engage here as they open up with a High Noon but get nothing out of it. High Noon being such a powerful ultimate to get no value is very upsetting. Can't imagine how Jen feels right now. So the enemy Kitsune Rush comes out and the Pulse Bomb, a huge pick there on Mui.
Overclock just lost his ult. He was not able to. He's chasing after Jin currently.
Exactly. Both Tex and Soda dropping there, trading though with Jen by the looks of it, and Mui potentially no. Mui's just saved there by T-Drop, taking down Overclocked. T-Drop then finishing off Cartoon Blaze as a massive anti-heal comes out, taking down, anti-healing both Mish and T-Drop, and that's going to be all she wrote. Big Honkers take map 3. I believe we're now 2-1 on the board. We see Mui there saying that they can relax their butt cheeks for a second. A great fight by both players there. Both teams should be incredibly proud. This is an incredible series so far. I wasn't expecting so much excitement in the first match. Guys, please chill out. I beg you.
That was a really great match to watch, that game. And I'm really excited. We aren't experiencing another 3-0.
Definitely, definitely. And for the second time this tournament, we will be going to Push. Push being our fourth game mode of the series. Who do you think they're gonna go for? Like, where are we traveling to on this one?
I see here. This is Fight Club choice. I'm gonna have to think on that one for a second. Possibly. We did see I don't think New Queen Street will be chosen.
I believe they're going for Esperanza, a very interesting choice, not one that I've seen very often. But I'm interested to see how this goes out.
I think personally for Fight Club they will possibly go Doom on this map. But I am not sure as Overclocked is it seems he's going to be playing tank for the most part.
Okay, very interesting. As we load up into potentially the final map of this series, but given how things are going, never say never. This could be the first reverse sweep of the series. We'll have to see as we go over to Esperanza. I'm hoping I pronounced that right.
Initiating match.
Tall, who do you personally think will probably come on top of this map?
When it comes to this map, I feel like Push is the attrition game mode, more so than any other game mode. And I definitely think that Esperanza really amplifies that, given how many curves there are in this map. Compared to something like Colosseo that we saw yesterday, that's more just a single line.
Ready for battle.
I think I have to go in favor of the big honkers in this one, though. As we look in the chat, and by the looks of it, they're going for another gentleman's agreement. No Malga in this fight. We'll see how long that lasts. And as the countdown timer comes down, we begin the fourth match of this series. Some interesting team comps here. We have on Big Honkers, we have Mish on the Moira, Moe on the Lucio, T-Drop on the Mei, Neon taking up Ramatra, and Jen on the Soldier. And immediately T gets the first pick on Soda, a huge opening pick here. A team fight deciding win as they just stomp over the Fight Club there, just taking them down one by one, dismantling them like it's nothing. And they get the first hold of the robot.
Every team is pushing forward.
Hey, quick question. Do you know if the robot has a name?
I do not, does it? I didn't even...
I like to think the robot has a name.
I mean, I've actually never thought about that, but now I do want to name the robot. I think from
Okay,
now on
and-
I'll name it. It looks like T-Drop just got the first pick, or one of the first picks, this fight at least with Soda.
It's, again, just bullying Soda. You know how dangerous a good kitty court can be. So by stopping her from even getting any value, sending her to spawn immediately, focusing her down, that is incredibly vital to win some of these team fights. Cartoon
this
Blaze
is
dropping
our-
quite low there.
Our first time seeing Lucio this entire game series between them.
Definitely as well.
I think it's getting a lot of value as well.
Oh yeah, we have the speed boost there from Lucio, but even with the speed, it's not enough as T gets sent home. Mish there with the Coalescence, and the Nemesis form comes out, doing a lot of damage, just destroying them. And by the looks of it, we are going to continue pushing past 70 meters in favor of the big honkers. Jen, potential misclick there.
Oh no, but hopefully she'll be able to get that right back.
Here's hoping that isn't the intimidation, apparently. Yeah. Here's hoping that wasn't going to be the decider here. As Overclock charges in and gets very low. A huge pick there. Tagging, I believe, 3 of the enemy team with that charge. But the Maywall just cutting off the supports. But they don't care. They're just going to hold W and push through, and they're going to take control of the bot. Just pushing back Neon as much as they can. Neon takes the Nemesis form for a bit of extra defense here. And I believe...
looks like the Honkers are getting antied, and then right after they're getting picked off by Fight Club.
Exactly. And finally, we're going to see the Fight Club moving that robot, trying to get Bob the... We're going to call him Bob. Trying to get... Okay, chat, come up with a name for the robot.
Definitely a name for the robot.
As we watch Mish get a huge pick there onto Doom, by the looks of it. Sojourn not being able to get that ult going, but Tex is going to get that ult going. Freezing no one by the looks of it, unfortunately.
And then Mew with the...
trade.
It looks like now the Honkers, they're kind of focusing one at a time, which is really beneficial. But that Junker Queen ult, she was able to just go through all of them right there, picking off Mew, T-Drop, and Neon.
Yeah, that's, again, a huge, fight-winning pick there. You take out someone as dangerous as Ramattra, and we've you look at the current state of Overwatch, and the tanks are so match-focused, so match-winning, that if you just focus them down, the teams tend to fall apart.
Yeah, they are extremely crucial now. Without your tank, you're more than likely not going to win the fight. But it's still
as
possible.
we open up this fight, Kiriko activates the Kitsune Rush, gets killed before she gets any value out of it herself, but the Kitsune Rush does come out, as does the Nemesis form, shredding the enemy team. By the looks of it, we're about to see Junker Queen Overclocked almost go sent home, but no. Oh, just
Killed during her ult.
Desperately trying to get any value with that ult, sending Neon packing by the looks of it, but no one else, as Jen and T get a bit of healing there in the healing field, and they slowly bring the bot back.
It looks like Mew switched to Kiriko to kind of counter that Cartoon Blaze's antis.
Yeah, definitely. Those antis have been so dangerous, especially if you have an Ana and a Junker Queen together. That's so much anti-heal. As we immediately see 2 anti-heals coming out, but the Suzu takes it off as quick as it gets activated. Jen going for the tag visor, trying to get any value out of it as possible. Taking down Soda, again a huge pick, just bullying these supports. The block comes out from T. as does the wall, but T gets sent home, as does Neon, and then Moo following shortly after, then Niche down like dominoes as they take the bot and they try and bring it back over for another fight. 3 minutes 30 on the clock. This has been a very good back and forth so far.
Yes, I possibly team morale got a lot better because this feels very evenly matched compared to possibly like the first two games. Looks like both Mays trading their ults. But it looks like Textrins came to be more valuable as the Honkers lose 3 people to Textrins ult.
Keep pushing for the lead.
It looks like T-Drop switching to Widow off of the Mei.
They're pushing the barricade.
Neon gained 3 picks on Textrin, Cartoon Blaze, and Soda. And Jin gained overclocked. It looks like team kill for the Honkers. Let's look as Fight Club comes back, as they are still behind the Honkers, who are currently in possession of the robot, which it looks like chat would like to name Steve. But it looks like Steve is now back in Fight Club, but Jin popping her ult, hopefully getting a pick.
Forward spawn activated.
4 picks off of Fight Club as the Honkers finally get back and are pushing ahead. Will Fight Club be able to come back from this? 50 seconds left on the clock. Textron able to get Mew picked off. And Neon. Fight Club now in possession of Steve. Fight Club currently in possession of the robot, but will they be able to push it in order to catch up with the Honkers? They do have quite a bit to go. It looks like they're holding their own as Neon slept and has been picked off. Mew having used her res on Jin. It looks like we'll have to wait until Neon is able to respawn.
I've just realized I've been muted this entire time.
Stop the enemy immediately.
No one, no, I kept bringing it back to you thinking, oh, like, what's going on? Nope, I was muted.
Oh, C9.
A huge C9 there, unfortunately.
Oh my gosh.
As we finally go to our final match of this series, this is going all the way, guys. This is gonna be a big one. Don't go anywhere as we move over to our final match of this series. 2-2, both teams.
We'll have to go back and look at I would love to know if that was intentional or not.
I was like, are we on?
First time we are seeing Flashpoint all tournament.
Initiating
Yeah, as we go into the final map of this series, do or die for both of these teams, and we're taking it to New Junk City, a very interesting map. And as much as I'm not a fan of the Junker aesthetic, you know what? This map, it's not too bad. I could see it being I could see it being a place in the outskirt desert area of like Cyberpunk or something. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I definitely think I like um Junkertown more than I like New Junk City.
Oh, definitely.
but I
sorry.
still do like this map.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. And as the timer ticks down, 10 seconds to go, very similar team comps to what we've seen before. Overclocked now bringing the Malga out again. I think that could be the decider, but we've seen how destructive Neon was on that from Matra last game. So let's see how things go as we push into the final map of this series. Guys in chat, let me see the hype. Here we go. And the poke fight begins. Overclock's just trying to push down Neon, going for a flank potentially, getting both teams now getting cut off by each other. Neon getting shredded from two different angles. Tex getting the first pick on Mish, closely followed by Neon being sent home. Moo dropping dangerously low there, and eventually being sent home by Malga, and T and Jen following suit after as they go for a reset. We're going to have the Fight Club taking point 1 first.
Looks like Leon is switching to the Malga.
And the Malga fight comes out, as does the Lucio. That speed boost could be very dangerous on a brawl hero such as Malga. We know how dangerous that speed boost is on a character like Ryan. I wonder how well it benefits Malga. Are we going to find out much in this fight, as both Neon and Mish there get dangerously low health. Eventually Jen taking down Sucker, Soda being followed, and Cartoon Blaze coming suit after that. Overclock being taken down, as does Tex. And the trade happens at about 53%. 52% on the timer. Timer? Percentage bar thing. What do you call it? Because it's not a timer, but... I was saying the timer, what would you call it? Because it's not a timer, it's a percentage thing, but...
Yeah, I would call it... I think I would still call it the timer. I guess... Because I guess it's kind of like seconds, but it's not... It does go, I think, like 1% per second.
Yeah, but oh, a huge double pick there by the Dragon, and the flash freeze comes out. Is it going to get any value? Enough value
looked
to
like
bully the team there.
looks like Texfriend threw out his ult, but unfortunately
not
had no
enough.
value.
As as by the looks of it, Neon, they're going back to get the reset, making sure Blaze gets very badly staggered there. 85 on the clock. Can they touch, or are they just going to give them 0.1 here? I think they're just going to give them 0.1 here. They're not going to engage.
It looks like, yeah, that's what they're going to do.
I do think they had enough time to maybe touch there, which is surprising. I wasn't expecting them to just give up the point like that. As we move to the next flashpoint, though, is this going to be more in favor of Fight Club? We'll look at the ult timers as well here. Egg, you see these ults. What do we think we're going to see here? Do we think we're going to open up with a cage fight here from Overclock, potentially?
I think so. I think Overclock will definitely pull cage fight. Oh, there he goes.
Oh, and there's the cage fight, as is the flash freeze, though, and the coalescence coming out as well.
Unfortunately, just it looks like Honkers is just able to counter the cage fight now.
Yeah, but if you look at the ult spent there, on Fight Club side, we only burnt burnt both
two,
the cage
actually.
fight. Yeah, we burnt cage fight and we burnt the Kitsune Rush. Kitsune Rush being such a strong ult paired with Malga, compared to the big Honkers there, going with both the beat, the freeze, and coalescence. That's a lot of very strong ults there for just one singular team fight. As we look at the timer, 41 on the clock.
True.
T trading out Texren there. Sojourn popping the railgun, taking down Jen. But
And we have a nanoed
Blaze,
Malga.
yeah, Blaze getting the nano onto Malga, allowing for a bit of damage. The cage fight comes out, but no value comes of it, as Neon gets taken down before the cage fight can even go procced. Overclock being pushed back and eventually being taken down. I think this is going to be a 2-0 as we move on to the third and final flashpoint of this map, potentially. Fight Club, I love you guys, but what are you doing?
I am actually very surprised at the turnaround the big honkers have done. It will be a reverse sweep.
Can they do it? Can they get the reverse sweep? Potentially the biggest upset of the series so far, the tournament so far, as they engage for the final flashpoint, unlocking in 5 seconds. Both Cardiacs come out, trading with each other. Overclock just trying to shred Neon as much as he can, but not getting much support out of it. Jen going for the dragon, but missing, unfortunately. The cage fight comes out from Overclock. Can Overclock survive it? No, Overclock dies in his own cage fight as the beat gets dropped, and by the looks of it, Neon are gonna take control of the point. Big Honkers just about pushing back the Fight Club here. 10% on the board from Fight Club, 13% and counting from Big Honkers. This is gonna be probably the biggest turnaround I've ever seen in this series, in this tournament. This is huge. And as we prep for another fight potentially, Egg, what do you think they need here? How are they going to turn this around?
I definitely think they need to pick off support, because I feel the Lucio is very valuable for Leon and just the entire team.
Yeah, but is the Lucio going to get any support here? Because a lot of damage is coming out, being traded back and forth. Neon dropping dangerous low and anti-heal. The anti stops the healing from the Cardiac. Neon gets sent packing. Mui dropping dangerously low, and the trade comes out, shifting over to the Fight Club. 19 on the clock versus 86.
They were able to pick off both of Honker's DPS, and down they just went.
Yeah, no, you that's the thing. You focus down the support, you focus down Mauga's healing, and he just falls apart. But you look at the ults here as well. We have an overclocked on the Honkers side here, but you look on compared to Fight Club has so many more ults coming up. Kitsune Rush immediately getting popped as soon as it comes up. Soda being taken down though. Overclock being blocked off by the Maywall, getting shredded. The page fight comes out, trapping Texran, but the freeze just disabling any healing or any damage from the cage fight. Cage fight getting no value there as Jen gets sent home by Overclocked. 94, 95 on the clock. I think this is gonna go to 2-1. 2-1 it is.
That was a great May ult on Texran's part.
Even if the potential death was coming, it just cancelled out the ults there. So strong. Oh, and Overclock getting a bit too cocky there. Getting cut off by the wall.
Getting an early pick.
The trades come out, and by the looks of it, a double kill from Neon there with a bit of support from Mish, as it looks like they're going to be first on the board for the 3rd point of this flashpoint.
They were just trampled as they're going to the next point.
Exactly. And when we look, we have T-Drop with that male. We've seen how dangerous those males have been so far in this series. Is it going to be enough? Is it going to be the deciding ult here? Mu also now getting beat drop, and Mish now with the Coalescence available. Texran gets taken out early. That could be huge for them. Jen getting a gorgeous headshot. The railgun comes out now as well. And so does the cage fight. But Jen just denying any value from the from the railgun, sorry. Neon dropping dangerously low there. The Coalescence getting as much healing and support as possible. The beat has to come out as well. Both support ults being used in this fight. Soda dropping dangerously low, getting taken down by Jen. Again, Jen dangerous with those Hanzo arrows. Cartoon Blaze following shortly after. Honkers just taking them down, dismantling the big Honkers. And I think that's going to be it. Ladies and gentlemen, your winners for this series. The most exciting series so far of this tournament. Big Honkers. Congratulations, guys. You're going on to the next round.
I am extremely proud and very shocked of the outcome of this game.
Mish there with the gorgeous Diablo themed play of the game there as well. Honestly, the supports have gone insane in this match. I mean, every player has as well. Beautifully done by both teams. But Fight Club, you are not done. You still have a chance to pull this back as you move on to the losers bracket. We wish you the best of luck in the losers bracket, and we hope to see you turn this around.
It
Like,
looks
honestly,
like
incredibly
um
well done by both teams.
yeah, that was definitely by far one of my favorite games this tournament so far. It was very well matched and first time and hopefully not the only time we'll see it go to five maps.
Oh yeah, definitely. A beautiful full run series there by both teams. Honestly, I I don't even know who to say is the MVP of that match because both teams, every single player of both teams were exceptional. By far some of the best plays we've seen so far. Honestly, I think my play of the game there has to be Jen. Because
I
again,
think
Jen
so.
destroying any chance that Fight Club had on so many occasions, getting headshot after headshot after headshot. We know how dangerous she is on Hanzo, and she's just not letting up over and over again, every fight,
Mhm.
just bringing her A game without fail.
She um like I said, she was who I thought would be MVP, and I am sticking to that. I think she did an amazing job, um, especially only being a plat DPS. I think she is really holding her own on her team, and I truly think she's amazing.
Definitely, definitely. But Aspire, we want to know what you think as well. Who would you say is your MVP of this series?
I'm gonna have a pretty unpopular opinion. I have to say T Drop. I've been spectating him this entire game, and even though I do think that Jen did really pull her weight and carry those last couple games, I think T has just been performing consistently well on that DPS role the entire series. So I'd have to go with
Yes.
T.
All right, all right. But as we finish up that incredible series, I think it's time for an interview with the winners of that match. And honestly, with again how incredible each player was there, I don't even know who I want to interview.
I am not sure either. Honestly, I would be fine with anyone.
I will
We
be
can
putting.
definitely ask.
Sorry, I will be
Yes,
putting the
I was
straw
going to
poll
say we
in.
can ask chat.
Yeah, I'm gonna be putting the straw poll in the chat momentarily.
A beautiful fight there by both teams. Honestly, like I look forward to seeing what both of these teams can do later on in the tournament. I yeah, I'm amazed. I'm actually speechless. Both teams did so well there. Like the level of communication the team plays in those fights. If I'm being honest, I wouldn't be surprised if these guys have a pro team in the future.
I am not. I would not be surprised at all. Actually, I think I do know some. I do know several of them. Like they do play um a lot of competitive. I'm not sure. And Mish and Mew, they both stream as well as T Drop, but I'm not sure in terms of if they play pro or like collegiately, or like on a competitive team. But they are definitely um, really good.
Mm. By the looks of it, the chat wants us to interview Leon as well. Leon, clearly a
Yeah.
very popular member of the Big Honkers. So I think if we have time, we will be interviewing both teams, um, if possible. Um, Egg, do you want to take the first interview?
Sure. Do you want to go ahead and do Leon, or do you want to do Texren first?
Um, if you want to take Leon, by all means, go for it. So, guys, we will be having an interview with the tank menace, the Ramatra demon that is Neon Leon. So,
I'm so sorry. Okay. Okay, Leon. So you you know first two maps you I just want to ask you what was going through your head during the first two maps of this game series we just watched.
Well, even like coming into the whole tournament, we knew that
Mhm.
with how things were, Malga was going to prove a problem. And lo and behold, Malga was proving a problem. We were having a lot of doubts in regard to our ability to take the mirror match, so we kind of were
Mhm.
just throwing ideas at the wall and seeing if anything stuck, which lo and behold, nothing did. And turns out it's just brute force is the way to do it.
Yeah, I definitely saw a lot of Ramatra. Would you say Ramatra is your main tank, or are you pretty versatile?
No, I'm pretty
Or
versatile. In all
okay,
honesty, Ram is someone that I only really picked up from being a Rhine player primarily.
okay,
Um, Back when I first started, I started as a DPS player on console and basically got pushed into being a tank because of Goat's meta way back in the day.
okay. And how long have
And
you been playing Overwatch?
since season 3 of Overwatch 1,
Okay, and have you always been a tank main?
no,
Um,
no,
or are you
I
even
started as a
considered a tank
tracer.
main? Oh,
No,
okay, so
I started as a tracer player on console many, many years ago now. And basically, when Goat's meta came out, I was the one that, and I still very much am the one of I'm in the comms screaming at the top of my lungs with everything. All the other guys will tell you the comms sometimes when we're mid fight, especially on that Gibraltar game, I was just screaming a character's name at the top of my lungs.
telling
Um,
them who to take out.
yeah, pretty much. So just from being like the loudest voice on the team, I've just basically become the frontline tank because of it.
And when did you start playing competitively? If this is not your first tournament.
No, as far as tournaments go, this is the first one that I've actually played in. But
Okay.
I've been a ranked player for quite a while. I got into top 500 on console and got to GM on PC before. So
Mhm.
tournaments
Okay.
wise, brand new to it. I only really got picked up to start with because the fifth member that Big Honkers did originally have couldn't make it, and Mish was the one that basically brought me forward for it.
Okay.
So I only
And
actually knew about the tournament probably about 2 weeks or so before it was due to start.
okay. So in terms of practicing, did you guys get in a lot of practice?
No. No. The
Well,
short answer is no. The first game that we had against the Noodles yesterday was the first time the five of us had ever played together.
oh wow.
So
Okay.
yeah, this is only actually like our 6th or 7th map playing as a full team.
Oh wow. And is this I'm not sure if you answered this, but you did say this is your first tournament, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And how long have you been just gaming in general besides Overwatch?
Oh god, where do I even start? How long you got for the story? Basically, since so long as I had functional thumbs is probably the
Okay.
answer I would give you. My sister, who I believe is currently in the chat, will tell you many stories of when I was growing up stealing her Game Boy just to play anything that she
Oh
had
wow.
already inserted into the cartridge. So, yeah, my whole life, basically.
Okay. And do you intend to move forward with competitive play after experiencing this tournament with your team?
I would love to, but I just don't have the time to. I just don't have the time to pursue it as
So
much as I would like to.
any chance of going pro is probably off the table for you, at least at this moment.
Probably, yeah. I back myself. I don't think I'm going to quite get to that level. Who knows? But
I mean, we've seen your plays. You've definitely got the talent for it.
Yes, definitely.
no, I'm flattered. Thank you, guys.
But
Also,
oh, I'm sorry, Tal.
no, it's okay. I just want to quickly say, the London Spitfire skins. Respect for my boys.
Bro, I've been a Spitfire fan since the Overwatch League started.
Let's go!
I
Woo!
was there. I'm just like, "Do you know what? It's the only UK-based team. They're my boys. You know,
Through
even
thick
though
and thin.
we started with a full Korean roster, but that doesn't matter.
That's unrelated.
Absolutely.
And Leon, before we end this interview, is there anything else you would like to say to chat, or like just to us, or to anyone who will watch in the future?
Well, first of all, chat, we see you. Keep honking. This is for you. We're going the distance. It's coming home. And second off, like, huge shout out to the rest of the team. As much as, I've been called here, the guys popped off. The guys absolutely snapped. Like, seriously, every single one of these guys are absolutely insane at this. And I can't give any of them enough credit. Seriously, they deserve all the love in the world.
Thank you
Some
so
really
much,
beautiful
Leon.
words there.
Thank you, and I will be I'm excited to see you again here shortly in your next match against Lava Sharks.
Yeah, no, honestly, it was getting that intense. I was half debating just turning my PC off and going to bed.
Oh, but Neon, one last thing before you disappear. Lava Sharks, your next opponent. Do you have any fighting words for him?
You want some? Come and get some.
You want some? Come and get some. You've heard it from Neon. Lava Sharks, look out. That was Egg with the interview there. Thank you, Egg, for a spectacularly hosted interview there with Neon Leon. The king, the goat, it's coming home. We see you in chat, it's coming home. So, we'll be starting our next match in, I believe, half an hour. I could be wrong on that. Steven, can you double check that?
I'll have to double check. There's some scheduling issues with the team, but we'll let you know as soon as we know.
Yeah, so it looks like we're running into some scheduling issues. We can go ahead and interview Tex Friend from Team Fight Club.
All right. So, yeah, guys, we will be also interviewing the machine
Hello.
of the other team. That is Texrant. Texrant, how are you?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
Not too bad. That was an incredible fight. You guys went all the way there. A full 5-piece fight there. Beautifully done by both teams. Unfortunately, though, you weren't able to go all the way, but you still got the losers bracket. You could bring it back. How are you feeling after that incredible fight? And has your plans shifted now that you're in the losers bracket?
I mean, to be fair, we've gifted them a free win on Esperanto. We C9'd. It probably shouldn't have. But I don't know. Going into losers bracket, I think we're still confident. I think we're upset after this loss, but I think we'll be fine. I'm not too disappointed.
Okay, and I noticed with the May plays, some beautifully done May walls, might I add. I've noticed the strategy seemed to be just trying to bait out the enemy tank and try and cut them off with the May wall. Was that like your primary strategy, or were you like bouncing between strategies throughout the fights, or like did you have one sheer fire way, or did you have multiple plans going all at once?
I mean, it just feels like a job to do as a May. You got to block off the tank as much as you can for either our Malga or whatever tank we're running to be able to burn them down, or our Sojourn as well. We were trying to get our Sojourn's railgun to be fully charged pretty much at all times, and walling off a tank was just the easiest way to do it.
All right, all right. And were there any moments where you thought you guys could have played a bit better? Like, obviously, I know you mentioned Esperanza specifically. You guys obviously bounced between that fight incredibly well, going back and forth. I noticed the Junker Queen as well, a very interesting choice.
Yeah, he's pretty good at Junker Queen. Unfortunately, we couldn't. Me and Doom were just like not up to snuff on Esperanza, I don't think, and overclocked, and our supports were putting in maybe too much of a shift for us to keep up with. But it was close. So I mean, we see nines. What can you do? I guess.
I mean, it happens to the best of them. So don't get too beat up about the C9. But if Esperanza isn't the map of choice, where would you rather go for push in the future?
I don't know. We might just run it back. I think if we don't see nine there, we win. We had 4 ults, and I was just trying to. I think I backed off to save our Ana from the soldier, and our Sojourn left and our Junker Queen was leaving cart to not die, so we just kind of threw, I guess.
Again, everyone makes those mistakes, so it's nothing to worry too much about. But a great performance by your team today. My first time seeing you guys play as well, because I didn't scrim against you or anything. So I just went off egg and what they were saying about your team. And I was very, very surprised. You guys were destructive. Like, I was expecting good things, and you blew it out of the park. So again, incredibly well done there.
Thank
But
you, thank you.
outside of Overwatch, what other games do you enjoy playing?
I don't talk about it a lot because it's a little embarrassing, but I play Destiny. Not like
Hey, let's
not like
go.
that much anymore, but it is my game of my most hours. And then other than that, I just
Respect,
play like single player
respect.
games. So
So you're also really depressed. Good to know.
yeah, pretty much.
And you know what? As a Destiny player, I wasn't gonna ask this, but since I now know, I have to ask: if you had to bring in an exotic from Destiny and make it an ability in Overwatch,
Oh
what you doing?
Jesus. Um, I don't know. Dragon's Breath seems kind of funny. To have the floor of fire that trails, or
That could be an interesting rework to Pharah now that I think about it.
maybe Telesto. I guess that's just Echo's
Telesto.
bombs though. So
Yeah, but given how many issues Telesto has had, I don't. I
that's
doubt
true.
Blizzard wants to break their game even
Yeah, it
further.
might just break Overwatch too.
Right. Well, thank you so much for the interview. We wish you all the
Thank you.
best, and we can't wait to see you guys run it back and win in the losers bracket.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.
All right, guys. There was our interview with Texran, the destructive May player of the Fight Club. There, great team. Honestly, I'm amazed. I'm genuinely amazed by both teams. And yeah, like Egg, you really undersold them, to be honest. I was like, I wasn't expecting them to be that incredible. You really should talk. You really should have like promoted them further.
Who, Fight Club?
Yeah, Fight Club.
Yeah, they are actually in my predictions for the tournament. I actually predicted them going all the way and winning in the winners bracket. So definitely my bracket's all messed up now. But I was excited no matter who won this competition, this game, as I have friends on both teams.
Mm. All right. So, as we get ready for the next match of our series, we'll be back shortly. In the meantime, go get yourself a drink, go get yourself some water, maybe some snacks. Get yourself comfortable. We'll be back with the next match very shortly.